start now. It doesn't matter what age your kids are. Teach them to manage money. Teach them how to make wealth, how to buy assets, and how to get out of the rat race. Because our girls, my goal for them is they never really enter the rat race. They will have passive income by the time they hit 18.
Welcome back to The Donkey and the Bee with your hosts, Brett and Laura Chotkevys, where we talk all things marriage, entrepreneurship, and finances. And today we have our two special guests back, our daughters, Brooklyn, who's age 11, and Blakely, who's age 9. We have them back on the show to discuss money management.
That's right. So we've been talking about how the girls started with the lemonade stand, how they made some good money, how they got the bug for entrepreneurship, how they transitioned into a jewelry business that is growing and thriving, and they're making great money. So we're going to talk today and interview them about how we taught them and hear really the parent and the kid's perspective on money, how we showed them how to split their money, cash flow management, how to really save to invest. And they're at a point now where we are looking for their first rental property. They are, 11 and 9 and ready to purchase their first investment. So really this comes back to the principle that we live for ourselves, creating financial freedom through buying assets. And it is never too young, never too early for your kids to get started in that. So we're sharing this journey kind of behind the scenes, how we taught them how to manage their money. And literally we started when they were lemonade standing it at 4 and 6 years old. And so we'll kind of show you, like, here's how you can break this down for a youngin', make it pretty applicable so that they can understand even at a young age, and then kind of transition and bring the girls through their journey, have them share really what gets them excited about money, about investing, about spending, about giving, and break all those things down.
Yeah, I think I love talking about this because it's so countercultural, right? The culture now pretty much says kids shouldn't have money, kids shouldn't have their own business, kids shouldn't invest. I mean, and even in our school system, money management is never taught. Mm-hmm. And so kids are graduated from high school, I should say, getting a credit card and then just being, go ahead, live your life. And there's no education on that. And so I love that. I hope that you have your kids listen to this, no matter how young they are, even if they're 4 or 5, and they can relate to the girls. And I think that they'll learn a lot on how to manage their finances.
Okay, so ladies, let's talk about how we got started with this. We were having your first lemonade stand, and I think you made about $150 on your first day doing your lemonade business. So we got back to the kitchen table and we said, hey, here's how we're going to teach you how to manage your money and split these things. So Blake, what was that like, and how do we teach you how to do this?
So there was a pizza. You do a pizza with 10 slices, and 7 slices would go to our bank. 2 we get to eat or spend, and then 1 we would give to our church or people in need.
All right, so B, after that, we talked about your profit and loss statement. And I didn't tell you it was a profit and loss statement. I made it very simple. And you were 6 years old, so I broke it down this way. I said, okay, we have a sheet of paper here, and I drew the paper into 3 sections, right? A top section, a middle section, and a bottom section. And so I said, okay, here's your top line number, here's your middle line number, and here's your bottom line number. So can you break down what you learned from that?
So basically the top line was our income, which was about $150. The middle line is our expenses, which was about $30. And then our bottom line was our profit, which was $120.
Okay, so this first day of the lemonade stand, you made the $150. Your net profit was $120. So because you made $120, we said, okay, we're going to split this $120, right? We're going to split it into these categories that we have, right? We have our giving category, we have our spending category, and we have our savings category. So can you show me or talk through how did we split that day if you had $120 in profit?
So out of the $120, we had 12 pizzas, which means we were going to put in our bank about $84. We were going to spend about $24 and give to our church about $12.
Okay, so we were breaking it down, and you have we split these pizzas, right? So 1, 2, and 7. So then it was just a multiple of how many pizzas you had. So it was 1 times 12, 2 times 12, 7 times 12, which I think, I mean, you were using a calculator at that age and you were figuring that kind of stuff up. So it made it pretty easy for you to understand. And we had the envelope system going at this time because it was all cash. And we were just splitting these things into multiple different envelopes. And tell me, what did you like? Which envelope was your favorite? Giving, saving, or spending?
My favorite is spending because I like money.
Okay. Because you like to spend money? Okay. All right. What about you, Blake?
Same thing she said.
Yeah, you like the spending money. Kids do. So I think it's important that young people learn these things early. Cash flow management, but it also gives them the opportunity to experience new things that really adults only get to, like generosity, savings, investing, going to Target or the store and having your own cash in your pocket to spend. And really, kids don't really have that opportunity until maybe high school or till they're out of the house. And it's almost like sports, right? The kids get to try new sports. This is almost the same kind of way. Like they may have a knack for business. They may have a knack for finances. And you should get them involved in that early and give them really the experience of learning money and managing money.
All right, let's break this down a little bit further. We're going to talk first about the 10%, the one slice of pizza, right? And that's our giving slice of pizza, because I think that's one of the most important slices of pizza on the entire pizza. So, Brooklyn, what has it been like being able to be generous with the money that you've made from your business?
So one of the examples is whenever we're at the market days, every time somebody comes up and there's like maybe like teenager and they're always like looking at these things and telling their mom, "Oh, I love this so much." And then they're like, and then I go and give them a free pair and they're so happy, and it's just seeing their smile, and it's really nice. Another way is with our money, that our 10%, we give it to our church, and sometimes I take it to our pastor and give it to a family who's in need, and just seeing their faces light up, it's really nice.
Yeah, you're able to make a difference, a big difference to a lot of people by being so generous. And you love it. When you give a free pair of earrings away or something to somebody, your face lights up. I know that's something you really enjoy. Blake, what about you? Do you have any stories you want to tell about ways you've given before?
Well, so since we make a lot of money, we can like go to Target and buy some gifts for friends. And like every week, I give something to my teacher. Once I had a wooden flower set, Lego flowers, and mainly just earrings.
How often do you give your teachers earrings?
Once a week.
Yeah, I think our teachers are very lucky, very blessed to have you in their class, huh?
Well, I tease you, Blake, that you buy your grades. You get really good grades, but nonetheless, like it almost seems like you're buying your grades with as many gifts as you give to your teachers. How many pairs of earrings, Blake, do you think you've given away?
Like 2,000.
2,000?
That's a lot.
It might be, ladies. It literally might be like 2,000 pairs of earrings and other jewelry you've given away. Mm-hmm. I think you give away stuff to your class, all your kids in your school, like constantly. You're always going to school with stacks of earrings to give away. And I think that's very sweet. And it's really building a muscle of generosity. It has now become normal for you to be abundant. And I think that's so important because most kids, they lack money. They don't have the opportunity to play with money, to give, to be generous. And you are now in a perspective where you literally have an abundance of money and an abundance of opportunity to make money. So now you live in this like abundance mindset that you can freely give away as much money or as much earring product as you want because you know how to make more. You know how to solve a problem and really make money from that. And I think that abundance mindset is something that most adults struggle to learn, and you have been able to gather it pretty early in life. So I'm really, really impressed, and I think that's really vital as a parent to be able to teach that to your kids. So Blake, you save 70% of your money. Can you talk about how you do that and what you actually do?
So when we first started, we would do like 7 slices of pizza. But now that we're older, we just do 70%. And yeah.
So it's been a few years, right? Have you been saving 70% of everything you've made for the last 4 years?
Yes.
All right. So how's your bank account doing now?
Super high.
Super high. Good. All right. Well, that's fantastic. So you have many times more than the average American adult in savings, which I think is awesome.
They do have a separate bank account for that. They have their own separate savings account that we have access to on our phones. And so what's I think fun for them is we can pull up that bank account at any point and we can show them, hey, look how much is in your savings account. And it's almost like I even get shocked when I look at it sometimes, like, wow, that's awesome. I would have never thought that me as a 9-year-old would ever have that much money in my savings account. So I think it's also kind of it pushes them a little bit more like, hey, look how much more I have in my account. That's so awesome. So that's also something that is kind of a good incentive to show your kids if you have, a bank app that you can show how much they have in there.
So B, all right, you got a good amount of money in your savings account. What are you saving for?
So we're saving up to buy a house to rent out to other people. And we've been going and looking at houses and taking pictures and then going in the car and then talking about like the prices and how much we would put it up for rent and all those things.
So, okay. So you're looking to buy a house for a rental. And we've been talking about cash flow, right? So there's two really numbers here, right? There's the number that you rent it for and the number of your expenses, your monthly expenses, your mortgage, your taxes, insurance, that kind of stuff. And so we're talking through that you want to make money every single month, right? You have saved over the last few years and you're going to put it into an asset. And now that asset is going to spit off money every month.
This is the practical way that we taught our girls financial freedom. So it's a very practical way to teach your kids, no matter how young or how old they are. Doesn't matter if they're past 18 or if they're 4, like Blakely was. Utilizing the simple, tactical way of a pizza, right? I mean, literally, they completely understood there's 10 slices of pizza. Yes, I love pizza. I'm a 4-year-old. I know what that means. So taking in the stage where they're at and implementing these practices is something that anybody can do. And we hope that it's something that you can implement with your kids, no matter how young or old they are.
So I think every parent has a duty, an obligation to teach your kids these things. And most people wait a little too long. And really, you don't get into these things until you're in high school or college. Start now. It doesn't matter what age your kids are. Teach them to manage money. Teach them how to make wealth, how to buy assets, and how to get out of the rat race. Because our girls, my goal for them is they never really enter the rat race. They will have passive income by the time they hit 18. And so it is my duty and honor to be able to do that for them. And I think that all parents should really do that.
Thanks again for listening and tuning in to the Donkey and the Bee. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can listen to all things Donkey and the Bee, where we discuss marriage, entrepreneurship, and finances. We'll see you on the next one.